Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon.
And I'm Curtis T-Rell II, aka Cuddy.
And we have a really dope show lined up for you. Of course, we got our girl Trey Brene. We also have brought back Mark TellsYa. We have CKash. And in the building today, we are going to have Marshall Hugh of Marshall Law Band to tell us all about Fremont Fridays. So in the meantime, between time, you already know how we like to start it out, and that is with the weekend warm-up. So let me toss it on over to Cuddy.
You already know, and I'm going to get the activities warmed up, right? So starting off first, we have Fremont Fridays Open Mic Night, which this week is in collaboration with Something Dope for the People, which was one of the largest open mic night tours, and this company is based out of LA. So they're blessing us here in Seattle. This will be taking place September 5th, Friday at LTD Bar and Grill from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Then moving on next down to Saturday, we have Anna Mac from the hit shows Baddies, who presents Taste of R&B, which will be Saturday, September 6th from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. at Paradise. You can get your tickets via Eventbrite. And then moving on to Sunday, and like Besa said, we tapped in with my guy, my Cuddy, CKash, as he is the host for End of the Summer Day Party featuring T-Rell Live, which is brought to you by Airline Music Group, New Wave ENT, and Winners Only. So this is a day party that will be taking place September 7th, Sunday from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Club Sir. And planning ahead and making sure that you save the date, this is Beyond the Rhythm Boat Party, which is a day party in contribution to contributing to kids in Congo. So catch a vibe and help a child in need, September 12th on the High-U, and it'll be from 5:30 p.m. to 12 a.m. And lastly, another save the date and just something you definitely want to mark your calendars for, because like it says in the title, we got Sold Out Saturdays brought to you by Club Dollhouse, which will be featuring Young and Socialese out of California, and this will be from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. at Club Dollhouse. Tickets are available now via the Club Dollhouse link in bio. So at Club Dollhouse SEA, make sure to go to their page, click that Party Full link in there, and get your tickets today. And that's my weekend warm-up.
That's a nice warm-up.
That it is. You know, we should be real activated now, get us right to do this show.
I'm just happy that we still got a lot of good things going on. Although we're cooling it down, weather-wise, we still got a lot of great events happening around the city. My actual event, my first one, happens to be Hit and Sip over at Meadow Park, or shall I say Meadow Park Golf Course, okay? First of all, it's a free event. It's this Friday. It starts at 4 p.m. And look, I know that sometimes there's these different golfing events and everyone's like, I'm not a big golfer. Guess what? Not only is it for all levels, they're also helping you guys out with the clubs. So, okay, you ain't even gotta have your own clubs. Like, that is how much it is for all levels. So definitely pull up to this one. It is a free event, and honestly, it's just gonna be a vibe. Like, I think that the first time that I went golfing, I thought it was gonna be way harder than it was, and honestly, it was very, very relaxing. My next event is going to be the Waterfront Park Opening. That is this Saturday. First and foremost, this is like an all-day event, okay? They have 100+ artists. Let me get this right. 100+ artists, 60+ performances, 7 stages, okay?
Wow.
And yeah, it is going down across 20 acres. They are activating the whole waterfront, okay? And look, you are gonna have performances by Northwest Tap Connection, Paris Alexa, Massive Monkeys are going to be in the building.
Oh, man,
like,
they got heavy hitters. What the heck?
It's going down. Like, it's a vibe. Like, when I actually finally went on over to, let me make sure I get the waterfrontparkseattle.org, and I checked out the lineup and the schedule, I was happily surprised at every single thing that they have going on there. It's pages and pages of things that's going on all freaking day. It starts at like 12 p.m. and it goes until like 9 p.m. Okay, so make sure that you head on over to waterfrontpark.org to find yourself something to do, because being that there are 7 different stages, trust and believe, you're gonna find something that you want to do, and your kids will find something too. Also going down on Saturday is the Cherry Street Health and Wellness Block Party. First and foremost, I am from 19th and Cherry, so I could not talk about this event. See to your see me. Hey, you doing? There are going to be performances by Rock, Black Stacks, Kevin Gardner, and Luther Ray. There's also going to be plant-based food samples. You know, we're trying to be healthy like Cuddy over here. There's also going to be wellness booths, and this is going down between 24th and 26th in Cherry. And the focus is all on community health and empowerment, okay? Another event is going to be the Jackson Street Jazz Walk, okay? This is their 12th annual celebration. 12th annual one. Like, that means that this has been going on for many, many years, and you already know that means it's going to be a whole schmood, okay? There's going to be 20 bands, 9 stages. You know, everyone's going in with these stages. I'm not even mad.
What's going on, man? Did we miss the memo? Because, man, it's going down.
20 bands, 9 stages. There's restaurants, rooftops, businesses that are all involved. It's the same day over as Pratt Fine Arts Open House. So you basically will have both of these going on at the same time. And of course, food trucks, beer garden, Ethiopian restaurants will be open, and you can never go wrong with a good pizza spot, okay? I have a couple more events for you guys. There is also the Never Too Much Brunch, okay? This is an R&B sing-along, and apparently this is their last one of the summer. This event is free. It is happening on Sunday, September 11th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. over at the Stonehouse Cafe. All the R&B jams that you can think of, good food, amazing drink specials. You don't need a reservation. You just pull up. You don't even need a ticket, okay? So definitely pull on up to that one. And then lastly, this is also a save the date. Savannah Bananas are coming to town.
Heard you.
I don't know if you guys know anything about Savannah Bananas, but I love Savannah Bananas. Like, baseball is already dope as it is, but then you bring in the Savannah Banana vibe where they got their choreographed dances, they got performances going on, they're all in like bright yellow. There's one of the players that roams around in the freaking stilts. Have you seen it?
No, I mean, I've seen little clips. I haven't seen the stilts.
The stilts are
but I've seen clips of them in action. That's not the same like as the glow-in-the-dark games, is it?
No. Like, they're going to actually be over at T-Mobile Park on September 19th and 20th.
Heard you. And so, but they're the ones that do, all, like you said, the dance moves and all that. The pitcher might just break down and hit a Dougie real quick.
They'll hit a backflip and then throw the ball. Yeah.
All right, bet.
I was like, oh my God, Savannah Banana's going to be here.
No, that's hard.
So, look, I'm not going to hold you guys. Like, they're saying that the tickets are technically sold out, but there's a lot of resale tickets. So definitely go online, grab your resale tickets. I know I'm going to try to find me some. They are saying that they go anywhere from $27 up to $1,000. So yeah, so they're saying check back every single day so that way you can grab your tickets and go see Savannah Banana while they're in town. Oh my God.
Come on.
I saw that and literally geeked out. Obviously, I'm still geeking. AKA, I'm going to find my way up in there.
For a Band-Aid for a ticket price, I better get my own banana suit, signed bat, jersey.
That part.
For that, what? But no, that definitely sounds like a vibe, though. If you, enjoy baseball with some extended entertainment, you should definitely tap in.
Absolutely. So with that being said, Cuddy, it's time for another break.
That it is.
And guess what's next?
Ooh, Community Corner? No, City Beats.
City Beats with
Trey Renee. And Mark TellsYa.
Actually, no, we have CKash up next.
Oh, I'm tripping. Like I said, no, you're right. She's right. Like I mentioned in my weekend warm-up, there will be an extended version before we go to break as my guy, CKash, who's the official host of the End of Summer Day Party featuring T-Rell Live. He's going to be giving you all the details and everything that you should be looking forward to. So before we go to break, make sure you stay locked in your seats and tune in. What's up, everybody? It's your co-host, Curtis Delgado, a.k.a. Cuddy, and this is an extended version of the weekend warm-up, and I'm tapping in with my guy, my own flesh and blood, my Cuddy. You guys might know him as CJ or CKash. You know he's the face of Royal Events, and this time, we get to see him on the hosting side. So we know he took his talents to AZ, but he's coming back to Seattle to bless us with his presence as he will be hosting the End of Summer Jam Day Party with T-Rell Live. So let's bring in CJ and talk about it a little more. Cuddy, what up?
What it do?
Come on, Cuddy, it's been too long. I can't wait till you touch down.
Man, you know, it's going to be a movie, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going down like when your mama met your daddy.
Come on, man. Shout out Uncle Kurt, Auntie Stacy. But, man, get into it. Tell us about the event. What can the people expect? Tell us who's throwing the event. What's going on, bro?
Man, Airline Music Group, New Wave, winners only. They're presenting this T-Rell, Jay Diggs, and Love Ranch. The Bay Area is going to be in the city because the 49ers play the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely going to be live in the flesh, man. We're going to have a cool day party on the 7th on Sunday from 3 to 8. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys buy the tickets and tap in. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be for a win. You feel me? Like, it's going to be a good way to end the summer, you know what I'm saying, in the 206. Flying all the way back just to make it happen.
Come on, and we know every time you come back in town, you bring out all the ballers, all the, people come out the woodworks, the people that ain't seen outside.
Mention my name and bring the whole city out,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
really, people that don't often go out, they going to come out. You're going to see them.
Come on. So, babe, you said it starts at 3 p.m. It's at Club Sir. And then, T-Rell's going to be the headliner. So, you feel me? Like, he brings a vibe. But, I'm going to let you talk on it a little more and kind of let the people know what type of vibe he's bringing.
Man, T-Rell brings a vibe, period. If you guys want to check him out on TikTok, check out his social medias. He's always in the crowd. He's hands-on. You know what I'm saying? He gets active. You know what I'm saying? He's a real one. For real. So, hey, you expect a show. For real.
Come on. And then, hey, with you as a host, you already know that's a guarantee for a show to be happening. So, before we get out of here, you feel me? Like I said, just let the people know again where they can find tickets. You feel me? And then also where they can keep up with you. As we know, you do your own thing as far as events and whatnot and still connect the city, even though you are in Arizona. So, just let the people know a bit more than that.
Hey, definitely tap into my Instagram, KingCash206. If you need tickets or any table information, y'all want to follow DJ Bankhead. You know what I'm saying? He's hosting an event, most definitely as well. So if you need any information, ticket links will be on DJ Bankhead's page as well as mine. Just come follow me and, just be ready to have a good time.
Yes, sir. And I think, matter of fact, I seen it on Eventbrite. So if you guys type in End of Summer Day Party featuring T-Rell Live, you can also find tickets there. But man, Cuddy, like I said, I can't wait to see you, bro. Definitely gonna come and tap in with you before and definitely at Club Serve. But hey, I appreciate
live till 5, lit till 6.
Come on, appreciate you tapping in with us, Cuddy.
I appreciate you, Cuddy.
For sure.
1 in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm your co-host, Curtis Delgado.
And I'm Besa Gordon.
And we're back on Almost the Weekend. So as you can see, CKash is going to have the vibes lit. And in the end of summer day party, looks like that's the perfect way to end the summer. I
mean, man, it's gloomy outside. Get outside, get these vibes going while you can, okay?
Well, really, while the sun lasts, because I checked the weather and actually this weekend, actually for the rest of the week, this is the last few hot days we got. I think Friday is 81. So, hey, get in where you fit in.
Literally. Speaking of fitting in, look, it is time for City Beats. And right now we are going to tap in with my good sis, Trey Renee, on Over in Portland.
Okay, coming off of a long holiday weekend, there are some fabulous little things happening. Some are institutions and some are a little fairly new. So let's just jump right on into what's popping in Portland this weekend. All right. If you're into at all dragon boat racing, this is indeed the weekend for you. I want you to get ready to experience the thrill of the dragon boat race. It's the 2025 Boat Festival. Dragon boats, okay? Both Saturday and Sunday at the South Hawthorne Waterfront Park. Everybody is welcome to join in the thrilling races. Okay, now let's just say maybe the races aren't 100% your thing. That's okay, because there are going to be vendors on hand with delicious food, and you know we are known for having fantastic food around here. There will also be some lively entertainment. So this is an opportunity for you to experience a heritage event here in Portland. The Dragon Boat races always promise to be exciting, whether you're a spectator or if you're actually participating in the event. You do not want to miss out on this. And it's fun and it's outside. And I don't care what people say. Summer is not over until I say it's over. As long as there's still sunshine and beautiful weather, we are going to be outside. You hear me?
I know that's right.
Listen here. Okay. Now, speaking of being outside, where are all my Lowrider fans at? Lowrider Magazine is having their 2025 Classic Tour in Portland on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. All right, this is going down at the Portland Expo Center. Don't want to miss out on that. All the Lowriders and all the things, you know, they probably going to be doing some jumping and all the things. It's going to be very, very fun for those of you who are into that. So you don't want to miss that. And last but not least, I love a good vibe bingo. Any sort of thing. Last week it was Trap Bingo at Alberta Street Pub with my guy Sam Seasoning hosting. Well, this weekend, this is Vibe Bingo. 90s only edition, okay? So, hey, all of my old school throwback hip hop and R&B heads, this is going to be really fun for you. It's going down on Saturday, 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. at the Kimpton Hotel Vintage in Portland. Now, they are bringing the whole 90s back, and it is going to be a vibe at Vibe Bingo. All right, so bring all your hip-hop knowledge, all your R&B knowledge all night long. Every square on your vibe board should be packed with nothing but classic throwbacks, and you know I love to win. The last bingo for hip-hop, PDX Hip-Hop Week, your girl was a winner. Just saying. Just saying. I don't play around when it comes to bingo. I'm very competitive. I will dot, and jump up and scream and act a whole fool, okay? And if you happen to have any vintage throwback gear, like cross colors, I know I'm dating myself, but I had a good cross color, a little situation. I had the big oversized shorts and the bucket hats, the TLC inspired vibes. Do it all. Bring it all. We want the whole vibe, okay? It's going to be hosted by Quest the MC and DJ Chuck D. It's going to be a vibe.
Big shout out to my sis Trey Renee for always giving us the hottest events that are going down in the Portland city. Now, in the meantime, between time, Cuddy, it is time for another break.
Come on, let's do it.
And up next, we have Mark TellsYa pulling up on us, all right? Of course, you're watching Almost the Weekend.
I was someone that the community gave up on. If I didn't have access to naloxone, I don't think I'd be sitting here today. Harm reduction services gave me all the tools and medications necessary to turn my life around. When we fully utilize these resources for needle exchanges, proper medical care, peer support, shelter, I, like many other people out there, we found a way to recover.
Find harm reduction resources at supportaddictionrecovery.com.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon.
And I'm Curtis Stilgardo.
And right now, we are continuing our City Beats, and we're about to be joined by our good buddy, Mark TellsYa.
Mark, tell me something good, my guy.
No big facts. Mark, tell us something good.
So actually, this Friday is the last Fremont Friday of the summer of the year. So everyone come through. My guys G.I. Joe's performing, martial law band's performing. And if you guys haven't done silent disco, this is the time. I've been saying silent disco every week. So this is your guys' time. I love it. It's dope. No judgment. Just do your thing. Dance to your headphones like you do in public. A couple things we have too. So that was Friday. For Saturday, we have the Seattle ThriftCon. So that's back, Seattle Center. I believe if you are 13 and below, it's free. If you want like the early admissions tickets, let me see just to make sure. Okay, so early entry of ThriftCon beginning at 9 a.m. is $40. So if you want to get there at 9 a.m., get first dibs and everything, $40 you can purchase online. If you want general admissions, 10 a.m. when everyone starts storming, the line's going to be long and everything, that's going to be about $17. So ThriftCon's back, over 100 vendors. Get your new styles. It's going to be fall and winter, so you got to get the extra layers, extra coat. get that going, new fits. Seattle's coming out with fashion still. Like, they're still developing everything, doing their thing. But I think this is the end. This is, I believe, the party to end the summer. My friend Tina Tatch, who's the MC for Heatwave, is the last. I feel like it's gonna be like the last summer party. Hopefully, it's still gonna be sunny and everything. But yeah, she got DJs like Ube, Minzy. It's at the same spot as Fremont Friday, LTT Bar and Grill. You can purchase tickets online. That's dope. They play some cuts, R&B, hip hop. Seattle, this might be the last time you can be outside and actually enjoy the sun. So I'm telling you, pull up to these events. Tina always throws some ragers, some good parties. Like, she just did Girls Night Out in Vice, and now she has to recover and do Heatwave. So she always throws some good ones. Great DJ set too. It kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it gives you like that old club feeling, how you want it to be, like everyone's dancing or whatnot. So I say pull up to Heatwave. If you got nothing to do, if you want to look for new fits, ThriftCon's another thing. Pull up to Fremont Friday. It's a free event. And that's what I got for this weekend.
Okay, so Cuddy, I have never been to ThriftCon.
Me neither.
However, what I was shocked about is that you got to pay $40 to get in.
$40? Nah, I'm playing. $40. I mean, it's not that bad. You feel me? I don't know. What's a typical ticket like that supposed to be for?
I don't think it's bad, but it's kind of like me and Mark were saying. It kind of sucks if you pay $40 to get in there and, you're thrifting. So you don't really know.
But that's probably why it's $40, because on the back end, you're getting all the deals. You're thrifting. You're about to find something that was maybe $200 and they marked it for $20.
That's the hope.
Hopefully. Or you might just come up on some designer or a vintage jersey or just a one-of-a-kind find. And so I feel like $40 is worth finding something one-of-a-kind than that nobody got, or you'll never be able to get. Like, what? I might find something that was like created in the year I was born or something like that. So now it hits different. Now it's extra layers to the fit. You feel me?
This is true. And then the other side of that is if you don't go, now you just done missed out on all this stuff. Like, it's gone. Somebody else done grabbed it, and $40. I when he said that, I was like, oh.
And if it's ThriftCon,
but at the same time, that doesn't make sense. Like, there are things that are going to be worth $2,000-$3,000 up in there, and you might get it for $40.
Right. And if it's ThriftCon and like SneakerCon, they have hella vendors who are all from different parts of the world. So it's like, okay, bet the thrift stores in Cap Hill is probably different than the thrift stores in Atlanta or LA, or let a vendor come from New York, these high fashion places. Like, hey, you better pay that $40. Stop playing. Shoot, a haircut's $50. What are we talking about? You better go to ThriftCon, get your thrift on, and pay that $40.
And get something a little fresh.
And bring me something too.
That part.
I wear a large.
With that being said, one of the things that Mark did talk about was Fremont Fridays. You also talked about Fremont Fridays, so obviously that's a good spot to be at this Friday. So with that being said, like I said, we got Marshall Hugh in the building coming up next right here on Almost a Weekend.
When I launched Back to Besa last year, what was important to me was that, one, we uplifted our stories not only from Seattle, but all across the region. And two, that this show, Back to Besa, was always free and accessible to everyone everywhere, no matter their situation. That way, they can see what I see daily. You know, the beauty, the excellence, and the resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because access to positive images of us is important and necessary, as representation always matters. So look, no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Bellevue or Boise, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I want you to join me on this Back to Besa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best of us in our communities. And then you'll be able to see what I see, and you'll know that our story is amazing and this uplift is always real.
Welcome back to Almost a Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon.
And I'm Curtis Delgado.
And you guys, look, we've been doing a lot of talk about Fremont Fridays. Mark talked about Fremont. Cuddy talked about Fremont Fridays. Obviously, that's the place to be this Friday. So because that is clearly the place to be this Friday, child, we got Marshall Hugh in the building from Marshall Van to tell us all about this week's Fremont Fridays. Hey, Marshall.
Hello, how's it going? Thank you so much for having me.
Come on, what's good?
Thanks for
Appreciate you
pulling
coming,
up.
bro.
It's a vibe. It really feels like a family reunion. Anytime
Yes,
I'm
sir.
here, I usually don't sit in Trey's chair, so I feel like the boss low-key. It's amazing.
Come on.
Doesn't it feel
As you
comfy?
should,
It
as
is,
you
yeah.
should.
She got a good thing going on over here.
Come on, but hey, you are doing it justice. You came right with the fits, as Trey always does
Yes.
in the chair. So you
Yes.
know, you're doing good, bro.
Absolutely. Now, let's just jump right into it. Fremont Fridays, it's more than just a year in. It's like 5 years in right about now. And this particular week is the last week, if not the second to last week for this year. Can you take us back just a little bit? How did Fremont Fridays even get started before we talk about what's going down this week?
Yeah, Fremont Fridays really just started as a post-COVID necessity. When we got out of lockdown, people were allowed to gather, but not indoors. And so we had tried to figure out how we're going to promote our album, and it ended up being we toured the city on the back of a parade float that we called the SS Jelly Bean. After doing that a few times and like going all the way out to West Seattle, Duval, Mill Creek, we're like, probably shouldn't be driving around on this wooden pirate ship that much. Let's just park it somewhere and then see which neighborhoods gravitate towards the music. And we had previously done an event, Splash Fest, at LTD before, so we already knew Jack, the owner, and he gave us the okay to just pull up the Jelly Bean right in his parking lot. And the first year, it just happened to be on a Friday. We came back the next Friday, and people kept showing up, kind of like moths to a flame. And that first year, we didn't really have a name for it. We were just doing it every Friday. The next year, in collaboration with Mediums Collective, we coined the name Fremont Fridays. Then the third year, we got like a logo. We actually started adding true structure to it. And now in its fifth year, it's become more than a parking lot. It's multiple stages. And we do application process. And I do my best to be as organized as possible. But I'm learning there's also more levels to that. So I'm looking forward to the present and also the future of it.
That's crazy you said that too, because that kind of segues to really two of my questions per se. But just talking about the evolution of Fremont Fridays, talk to the people about what inspired the 5 stages and having multiple locations this year. Was it something to do with it being your 5-year celebration, or kind of, what was the thought process behind that? And then also, what have been some of the standout differences with adding multiple stages?
Yeah, I think what happened was we put out the application process and we had 700 applicants. And it was one of those things like, all right, we only have 11 weeks. If we only get 4 to 5 artists on a stage at LTD, that only means 55 out of these 700 interested people. And that doesn't even count the friends and the DMs and everything.
Right.
So say there's 800 plus people that want to touch the stage. Like, all right, we're going to need to expand this thing. I think another limitation we were running into is that we weren't able to do all ages. And I really experienced, me coming up in Seattle outside of maybe folk life and back in the day, bumper shoot, it was something that there's not a lot of access to the arts, as whether you're a youth performer or someone that's interested in attending music and different art events. So I want Fremont Friday to be a place where everybody of all age, creed, orientation, they can come there and find something that they can feel connected to. So it really just became something where, in my eyes, where I want Fremont Friday to go to, I want it to be almost like 6th Street in Austin, or like the New Orleans night markets where the street is shut down.
Right.
And all the venues are activated. There's at least a DJ or an acoustic performer on everywhere you look is something artistic. And that's where I want it to grow to. And I figured I just got to go one spot at a time and just slowly matriculate it down the field. And then one day it'll be where we want it to be.
So really it's just like the demand and opportunity that kind of forced it, and just so happened to align with your 5th year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so we've gotten up to as many as 6 stages. And 2 all ages stages. We just had a GZ Radio come and do it like just in the parking lot at the Indoor Sun Shop, which is a plant shop. And what was really cool is we've since retired the Jelly Bean, the parade float that we started performing on, but we get a pass it to GZ Radio, and the next generation, they're performing on the Jelly Bean. So they're starting to become like some lineage there and some moments that are becoming generational. And that's super exciting. And then you asked me about standout performances. And there's There's a lot, so I don't want to single any one person out, but there was this one group called the Bonkonomics, and they played on the Georgian Dragon stage, which to some people might be like considered a side stage. But they created a partful, which is a way of promoting, and they brought hundreds of people to their quote-unquote side stage and just totally outperformed the opportunity that was given to them. And they stood out to me because that's somebody who viewed Fremont Friday as an opportunity, totally outperformed the opportunity that was given to them. And now when I go to book again, guess who's going to be on the top of the list? The Bonkonomics. And that's my first time even getting to see their music and getting to experience their hustle. And I think that Fremont Fridays is like a spirit of hustlers, and they really, really stuck out and embodied that to me.
Absolutely. And then just speak to a little bit, just what's the selection process that, like, when it comes to artists, you said you had over 700 plus applicants, like what goes into picking the artists and whatnot, so then that way some of the artists that might be listening, they can know, how to prepare themselves for next year?
Yeah, I think the first thing is that me and the team, which is about 10 people right now, we truly sit down and we go through the whole list. And the first things first is you get a green check mark if it's music that we like. So that's number one. They have to be ready for the opportunity based on our eyes and our criteria. We're not like the be-all to end-all. We're just one group, but we do go through and listen to all the applications. Then I'm looking at the curation of the nights and the dates that they said are available to them and how the flow of the night would go. Sometimes we have like a reggae night where, all right, this may not work for the date that's aligned, but other nights it may be looking like we want to do punk, we want to do hip hop, we want to do a mesh night. So hopefully the dates align. And then the reality comes to it, and this is the part where we've been blessed to partner up with Zoomies this year, Full Culture this year, Mackie Gear. But I have to look at my overall budget, and I have to shave it down and make it work financially. And I think that's the toughest part for me because there's so many people that are so deserving. And as an artist myself, if I didn't have overseers, I would just go completely over budget and not be able to like pay for sound or something like that. But the realities are, and I'm very blessed for my team, people like Mira, Matt, that are the checks and balances to be like, realistically, we'd love to have this group, but financially it doesn't make sense. So there is that element to it. And that's why I'm going to try to work year round to secure a larger budget so that I don't have to make those tough decisions based on finances.
Absolutely.
What would you say was the specialist moment for you this season? I mean, 5 years in, I'm sure that you had a lot of special moments, but just for this particular season.
Wow. So I'll give you two of them. One is a reoccurring one, and then one just speaks to like the spirit and the zeitgeist of Fremont Friday. The first one is we do this thing called like forced networking because we all know how it goes in Seattle, and just in general, some people are just not as outgoing as maybe say we are or aren't feeling it. And so we stop the music for 15 minutes every single Fremont Friday, and we force people to go and meet somebody new or to go and check in on the vendors. And you can see people being apprehensive at first, but I tell them like, listen, when this is packed out, you're going to look around, you're going to see the 5 or 6 people that you talked to and met, and you're going to be excited to see a familiar face and a friend. And I've gotten really great response to that. And I think it's just, there's so many things that all of us as creatives in Seattle, we complain about and we don't like. But when you start taking the active steps to change it, even just in your small circle, seeing those changes occur and giving you hope that it can happen on a large scale, that's like super inspirational to me. And it's what I want my events and other events to be about. And I do think that change is happening in Seattle. You go to places like Scope Screenings or Night Owl events, Laid Back Allure, like the list could go on and on and on to where especially people of color are carving out lanes to be able to show our culture to other people and also give our culture a space to grow. And then you might think it would be the worst thing to happen, but it was actually the best thing to happen. One Fremont Friday just poured rain on us. And it's an outdoor event, obviously, and we came together as a team. We raised a tarp. We tied the tarp. It was kind of janky. I'm not gonna lie. That's another thing that's got to be a budget item, is a huge tent to change it. But it just happened so quickly, and the team just came together, and people showed up, and they partied in the rain. And Gift the Gab actually was our like surprise hip hop highlight, and just seeing Gift the Gab in the rain with a bunch of people that didn't care it was raining in a Seattle, like that was the most Seattle event I'd ever been a part of, and I was so proud of my team for not like calling it off, not saying, oh, we have 8 more, whatever. It's like, no, we said we're gonna do this rain or shine. That's what was printed in the paper. We're gonna find a way to make this happen, rain or shine, and we did, and none of our gear was ruined. So
that was like you guys' like Prince moment.
Yeah, for real.
That's dope.
I'm curious to know, for those that have never been, like, walk us through a typical day of when you pull up to Fremont Fridays. Like, what's the lineup? What goes on? Like, when people come in, like, what is the experience?
Word. So, like my day, it'll start around like 11 o'clock, and I'm there with the team, bringing out the stage from the basement, setting up all the sound, and then volunteers and other people show up. So it slowly just snowballs into this event where, you know, we've clocked as much as like 2,200 people being there. Wow. So around 5 o'clock is when the DJ will start, and that's when the majority of people will start coming in. And that's when you can really get to know the staff, get to know the regulars, get to know the crew, and you start seeing which people are just so dedicated towards the arts. By the time 6:30 rolls around, that's when the first live performance will start happening. And that's when you kind of just get people coming in off the street. You start seeing people that got off work early, that like hustled down, that wanted to be there earlier. And you're still kind of with the core 200 or so people. As the night goes on and these other stages start opening up and activating, then you get a huge mix of people that have been coming to Fremont Fridays for 5 years. It's their first time coming there, and the night just builds. I remember like when Vic Deggs II went on this past Friday. I think he went on around 7:30, and it was a lot of people there, but it was kind of, you know, sparse. And then by the time he got off about 8:15, it was packed in there. And so from about 7:45 to 8:15, that's when you see the real rush. And then at 10:30, after the hip hop highlight, live music ends, and at LTD, and we transition to silent disco. And that's really crazy for anybody that's never experienced silent disco before. We have 3 different channels, and you can kind of click through. You got EDM, we got hip hop, and we might have like funk or emo night or something different. And you just find your vibe, and you can bounce around to these other stages too while all this is happening. So you can go to Georgian Dragon, which is more of like a beer garden lounge, acoustic singer-songwriter, music appreciation stage. You got the Mermaid Lounge right next to LTD, which is more jazzy. It's like all nautical themed. That's kind of for like a more elevated crowd, if you will, you know, kind of like the Jazz Alley crowd. And then at a ball, you'll see an array of music. It's indoors. We had Black Punks there, Kent Boys. There was a mosh pit. Then we had like Tiny Monsters. It was more like rock and roll. And there's really something for everybody.
And so all of these experiences, outside of food and drink, of course, are free.
Yeah, so what we do is we just do an optional donation. So if you choose to donate, you get one of these wristbands here, and these give you discounts at like the Flower Shop, at Local Tide, which is one of my favorite restaurants in all of Seattle, at the weed store around the corner. It also gets you like free silent disco headsets at the end of the night. So there's inherent value, and you could donate $1, you could donate $100, and it's also by no means mandatory, because we want to eliminate the financial barriers that oftentimes come with the arts. And if you say you only have $10 on you right now waiting to get paid, you can not pay at the door, not donate anything, get you a drink, maybe snag a side of fries or whatever, and you're good for the day. And you can still experience over 10 different performances and connect with your community. So yeah, that's a big part of it. We try not to make it like a financial barrier to experience Fremont Fridays.
So, I mean, well, you broke it down as far as what people can expect from start to finish. Now we prove that it's free, so there's really no excuse for you not to come. So let's talk about this Friday specifically, especially with you guys performing, and then also with it being an open mic night, because I think my first Fremont Friday ever going might have been one of those style nights. And my favorite part was the cypher. So I just wanted to know too, bro, like, is that something that we can look forward to like this Friday?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that happens throughout the summer to me, and because I want to be able to put everybody on the stage, but it's just not a reality, is we try to find different pockets to give people chances, and also see there's a big difference of people that say, hey, put me on the stage, versus when you say like, hey, pull up at 5 o'clock to like help us bring out the stage, and you can get on stage, and then all of a sudden it's not as many people. So you get to see who's talking and who wants to really be on that stage, but the opportunity has to be there. So we've teamed up with Trey Ross and the Runoff, and that's why we've done the ciphers. This is a little bit different. We're teaming up with a company called Something Dope for the People. They originated in Los Angeles, and they have huge open mics on their own, but they also tour around the world. I'm talking Italy, Australia. They had an open mic stage at Rolling Loud. So they truly are the biggest open mic in the world, and we've been blessed enough to connect with them. So they come to Seattle. They have their own way of doing it. I think like it varies. Either like you're the first person there, you put your name in a hat. They have different ways of drawing people. And so we'll have probably 15 different slots open to rock 2 or 3 songs this coming Friday. And it's a way to get a chance to like, quote unquote, open for the founders of Fremont Friday, open for Martial Law Band, and show all the founders are going to be in the building. A lot of the like Fremont Friday diehards are going to be in the building. If you hit that stage and really turn up and show out, you're going to make an impression on the people you're supposed to make an impression to. So that's just, again, like, I myself came up in the scene, and I was clamoring for access and clamoring for opportunities. And in a lot of ways, I found people that did give me those, but I had to bogart my way or like create my own events to even get opportunities. Now that I'm in that position to where I can give opportunities, I want to make it as accessible as possible for the next generation to take it where I got it from and surpass it. So we also have other performances. We got Trevor Rickson, we got G.I. Joe, we got OG Mambo, we got the Stax Brothers. I think we got Swiggle Mandela sliding up from Portland. Like, we got a lot of other things going on. We have all the other stages are activated too. But anytime Martial Law Band gets to perform, Bryce Bowden too. Anytime Martial Law Band gets to perform is special because, you know, a lot of people are like, yo, why don't you perform every single week? You know, but it's just one of these things. We do it on the bookends, the start and the finish, and we always got some surprises in store.
Absolutely. That's dope, bro.
And then, you know, we did kind of talk about how this would be the last one, but we also talked about how this might not be the last one this season.
Oh, we got the exclusive.
Can we get a little tease?
Yeah, we're considering doing, you know, an Afro Beats and Afro Caribbean night, just because we're always in a place to, I get to enjoy the events for sure, but I got about 1 million things on my brain at all times. I look at my fitness app, I walk like 11 miles on Fridays. I'm tripping, you know? And so if the demand is there and people want to see an extra week, we're thinking about doing an extra week so that I can just go and chill and eat some good food, listen to some great music, and also build these different pockets of culture that we hope to expand to next year and years to come. So we had Mexican night with Mediums Collective. We had reggae night. This would be adding, you know, Afro Beats, Afro Caribbean night. This would be adding another culture that a lot of people in Fremont and a lot of people in Seattle, they don't get to experience unless they truly go and seek it out. So I want to bring those cultures to the Fremont Friday community and get them exposed to it so they can go support other events, but also we can build annual nights. That'd be the dream of mine. Every single night have a theme. And there's a group called the Out of Towners that are super dope people. And they talked about doing it. And I said, hey, if you can find a host so I don't got a host and I can kick it a little bit with the squad, we'll make it happen. So we're hopefully going to have a little encore night that's more of a celebration.
That's dope.
That sounds like a schmoody woo to me, so I hope that you guys make that happen. Really, really quick before we let you go, that's your camera right there.
Okay.
Can you look right into that camera and tell everybody why they need to pull up to Fremont Fridays just in case they're not sure?
Hey, y'all, we've been doing it for 10 straight weeks. It's been free. It's been a vibe. You've seen it on Instagram. You've seen it on TikTok. And this very well could be your last chance or two to experience it for year 5. We're going to continue to grow it, and you're going to want to say, I was there when. So pull up on us, bring all your friends, and experience Fremont Friday for yourself. I promise you, it's a vibe.
Awesome sauces. And then if people want to learn more about Fremont Fridays, where can they go?
Yeah, just look up Fremont Fridays on any of the platforms, and it's been super dope. We've been getting great response, great growth this year, like quadrupled our IG followers and stuff. We're hustling, so come on, help us out, and I think it'll be well worth any energy you put into it. You'll get it back tenfold.
I have to concur, and yeah, the traction from Fremont Fridays this year has been immaculate, to say the least.
Hey, thanks to y'all. Y'all boomed it up the first way. Are we going to get Besa? Is the real question, though. She's a busy woman. She's a busy
It's
woman.
like, no,
on me.
right? I'm like,
Asking
right
if I'm
now.
going to
if I
spot.
check-
So are
I
we
know,
going?
right? I'm like, right now. Let me check.
She's
Now
breaking
she gotta
out the
check her
schedule,
Palm
y'all. It might
Pilot.
happen.
Yeah.
No, I really don't think I have anything going on Friday. I have like a couple meetings, but that's about it. So,
Okay.
Hey.
just in case this is the last Fremont Friday, Cuddy's driving.
It's all good.
I got you on an Uber. If you make it out, I got you on an Uber.
Okay, bet. Well,
Yeah.
shoot. In that particular case, I only live in First Hill, so we can make this happen.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I'm gonna need y'all to pull up the Fremont Fridays because one is free, and two, you'll probably see me there, and three, you'll probably see Cuddy there too. In the meantime, between time, Marshall, I want to thank you for what you're doing for our community, what you're doing for our artists, and also our youth. Like, you got our people from GZ Radio out there, so that's super duper dope. But definitely look up Fremont Fridays. You can honestly just Google it. You will find it every single where. And in the meantime, in between time, man, this is about the end of our show. So look, you guys, we are going to go to another break, or shall I say, my usual, Cuddy.
Yes, sir.
Guess
It's time
what?
for another one.
It is time for our last break. And when we come back, it is time for our weekend picks. Of course, you're watching Almost the Weekend.
We're electric. I feel like the fans can feel that, and we're just going to keep this going. He struck him out! Gino, like he never left Seattle!
Keep bringing the energy. We really need it. Let's go.
Got him at home! My baseball Cal did it!
We show a lot of heart. This team has a lot of fight. You guys have been electric. You guys are the key to this, so thank you guys.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon.
And I am Cuddy.
And it is time for our weekend picks.
Hell yeah. I already told you guys while we was on commercial break.
Is Cuddy going first?
Oh, I am. Ooh. Now that I just took it, though, that was rude. My bad. I was supposed to, hey.
You don't ever go first.
Come on. All right, it's good. So, like I was telling these guys, I might have to go pay that $40. And I might have to hit ThriftCon. And then I'm going to definitely support at Fremont Fridays because I look forward to the open mic nights and the ciphers and new artists and everything like that. And just the vibe that Fremont Friday brings. And to support my guy Marshall and Marshall Law Band. So that's what I'm tapping in.
You know, I have to concur. One, I definitely want to go to the Cherry Street Health and Wellness Fair just because I haven't been to a health and wellness fair in the city in a minute. So I think that would actually be a schmood. And they got some plant-based samples, and I want to see what kind of samples that they're handing out.
Food.
I'm just saying.
That hits. I ain't going to lie.
And then on top of that, I definitely might have to pay my $40 and go thrifting because
$40.
I mean, here's the ting-a-ling. We live in Seattle. Finding fashionable things is not always easy. But when you do it in a thrifty kind of way, oh my God, you're gonna find all the vibes. So I definitely think that would be worth it. Plus Fremont Fridays and the Waterfront Opening, okay? Like Northwest Tap Connection, Massive Monkeys, Paris Alexa. Oh no, I'm in there. Okay, so basically we have a long weekend. We have weekend picks.
Yeah, we might have to divide and conquer. It's
No.
been a long weekend before this weekend. I'm still recovering. Shoot.
Cuddy been out here living his best life.
Having a good time, brother. Shout out to the Irishman class of 2015, brother. We celebrated our 10-year this weekend with Night Out, somebody who Marshall mentioned that is doing big things out here in Seattle and bringing dope events. And we got to tap in and celebrate with them. We took over all the sections. It was popping it. It was a good time.
I know that's right. Come on, popping it. Well, shoot, with that being said, I think that's it for our show.
That it is.
Well, I gotta make sure that I remind you guys. Of course, you can always keep up with me on social media at Besa Gordon. If you would like to see your event on Almost the Weekend and do some advertising, make sure that you hit us up at advertise@whereweconverge.com.
Yep, and you guys can keep up with me on Instagram at Cuddy the Sensei. That's CUDDYTHA Sensei. And if you would like to submit your event so it can be featured on our event calendar, make sure you go to events@whereweconverge.com.
All right. Well, shoot, with that being said, child, that is about it. And in case y'all forgot, it's almost a weekend. Bye, guys.
Peace.